Welcome to Espiritu Coffee Chats, the podcast where we blend wellness, spirituality, and business to help you live with intention and balance.
We're your hosts, Valerie and Arlene, two Latina entrepreneurs here to guide and grow with you. Welcome back. We're going to dive right in, and today's episode is going to be much shorter than what you guys are used to, but it's going to be a good one. So today we're talking about rest and healing your relationship with rest. So a lot of people say that they want rest, but when they finally get it, they'll feel guilty or anxious, like they should be doing something. So today we just want to talk about healing your relationship with rest, because sometimes the issue is not so much that we don't have rest, is that we don't know how to receive it.
Yes, we don't know how to rest. Hi, my name's Arlene, and I don't know how to rest.
So why does rest feel so hard for you?
I feel like because it wasn't modeled to me. My dad worked his booty off all the time. He was a construction owner, owned his own business, and even before that, he was just working for a company and just always working. My dad's a workhorse. He still works. I mean, the guy had surgery in last fall and was literally, he's a guy that will yank himself off from the hospital and go back to work.
He had back surgery too.
He had back surgery and he had prostate surgery, and he was right there trying to work. I'm like, dude. And then my mom, growing up too, she would always be busy doing something. She was a stay-at-home mom, but she was always cleaning. If she wasn't cleaning, she was cooking. If she wasn't cooking, she was going to the grocery store. So just doing a lot of housework. And so I rarely ever saw just middle of the day, chilling, both parents. It was my dad worked Saturdays, so I didn't really see him resting a whole lot on the weekend. And then my mom just, she had 3 kids. We're all pretty much back to back. So she's just on the go. And I'm the youngest. So I would have never remembered her just chilling with 1 or 2 kids, right?
Right.
So I think that, and then also reflecting back to my grandparents, they worked in factories, both sets, and they, as a kid, I remember going on vacation in the summer, okay, and my grandma would be like, yep. Grandpa would be like, get out there and we're going to go do yard work. You're going to help me. I'm like, okay, but this is summer. Or my grandma helping her go to the store or taking stuff to neighbors. They're just always doing something. So that's why I feel like it's not modeled to me. So I have this hard relationship because it feels like I'm being lazy, or it feels like, well, there's other stuff to do. And it's just such a hard grasp for me to really sit down and just be in that.
Yeah, I feel a lot of the same. And then when I do sit down, my to-do list immediately pops up into my head, and I'm like, oh my God, I should be cleaning the kitchen. I should be doing this. I need to take the dogs. I need to go do this, my to-do list. And I don't know how to get through that, actually.
Yeah, I know. I think it's also a generational thing.
Yeah.
My daughters, they're like cats. On the weekends, they're like, you and daddy go do whatever. Because they're old enough to stay at home by themselves. And we're just like, what, you guys don't want to go on a hike? You don't want to go to the beach? Come on, we got to go. We got to go do something. They're like, no, I'm going to just chill and sit here with my headphones on and, talk to my friends on my phone and just chill. And we're just like, all right, well, we don't know what to do with ourselves. So we're going to go out and go do something. And I'm just like, that's great for them, but also millennial, and earlier Gen Zs are the ones that are struggling with that a lot.
Yeah. And I think, the younger Gen Z and Gen Alpha, I think, have a lot to teach us. We can learn so much from them, because I think learning to be in a place of rest and just peaceful rest without having the mental chatter, having that solitude, and learning to be okay with the quiet is one way that I think we can truly get rest. Because rest doesn't always have to look like laying down. There's other ways that we can rest. So is hiking for you a form of rest, or what are things that you do for rest?
Ooh, I like to read. Nice. I like to read a good book, journal, and honestly watch Netflix, or a good documentary or a comedy show. I'm either documentary or comedy show or trash TVs, kind of relaxing. But when it comes to without external stimulation, I like a walk on the beach. I love to just walk the shore, be in nature, just that type of stuff. But the thing is, I don't do all that type of stuff.
Yeah, so maybe this is a reminder, I think, for us too. I think especially now in this season where there's so much going on around the world, like rest doesn't have to be earned. I do love a good quality time at the beach. I feel like for me, even just sitting there and not doing anything and just staring out at the ocean is just so restorative for me. Being in nature, I mean, there's research that shows like once you're in nature past a certain amount of time, I want to say it's like 20 to 30 minutes or something like that, it will literally rewire your psychology. So, it's spending the time outdoors, getting that fresh air, getting that sunlight, and making the time for these things into our days. I think especially as business owners, we don't always program rest into our schedule.
Right. Yeah. I'm like, great. And I signed up for a job that also doesn't let you rest. It's on 24/7. But I think, again, more that, this episode is titled Healing Your Relationship to Rest. So I think the first thing is admitting and understanding like, hey, maybe I don't have a good relationship with rest. And this is just one of those episodes that's like here just to kind of stop us all and be like, wait a minute. Let's actually sit down with this one. Let's peel the onion on it, because it's not that simple, especially depending on your generational background and all that stuff, what's been modeled to you. So, and as women, we really need to rest. Like it's so important for us biologically to rest.
Yeah, I agree. So I hope you take this moment to pause your day. Maybe go listen to a playlist that fuels you up. Maybe take a trip to the beach or outside to your local mountains, whatever it is. Maybe it's sitting down and reading a book for 5 minutes. But I think taking that time to sit there or not, whatever rest looks like to you, and just be okay with it. We need rest. It's part of our life. It's what gives us the energy to continue moving forward, especially as women, as business owners. So take that time for you, because rest is not lazy and it shouldn't be a reward. It should be something that we invest in ourselves.
Yeah, it's a piggy bank into your nervous system. It's like the little, you save for your retirement, right? You save for your looks. You take your vitamins every day, but you can't it's all going against the grain if you don't allow your body to recharge, which is getting good night rest, allowing yourself to have space away from other people. One of the tips that I can give you guys that I've been working with for, I would say, about a good year now. I have 2 tips. The first one is, I learned this in Ayurveda school, which was the week that you bleed, if you're menstruating. And if you're not, you can pick the new moon or the full moon week, whatever one that feels aligned for you, and act as if you're having your cycle that week. But if you do a cycle, then those are the days, just be a cat. Just like, even if you have to work, do that the chilling on your couch and, work, not like socializing, not getting out there, not pushing your body too much, not working out, like just really giving yourself a cadence. That's probably because I'm a Virgo and I need to have like routines. So my body is literally bleeding. It's shutting. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's a reminder that I need to just take it chill and do things that pour back into me, because biologically my body is releasing out. So that's something that I honestly have done. I don't go to the gym. I do something else to like spend my time. So whether that is going to the beach or whether that's meeting with a friend, like I don't get up in this fast state during that week. My husband knows, my kids know. So that's been something that is easy and tangible because your body is telling you. And so that's a good tip if you need something else to hold you accountable. And then the other tip that I've actually gotten into this past month, I used to yoni steam before, and I started yoni steaming again. I actually had an ovarian rupture last week. It's pretty bad. I haven't had one of those in a while, and painful. it was painful. It knocked my ass down, and I guess what I got to do? I got to rest. So that was a nice reminder. But the yoni steaming, basically, you have to sit down for 20, 25 minutes, and I got a book out, and I was like, I'm gonna sit here and steam a vagina with these beautiful herbs and sit down in my own presence and read a book. And that yoni steaming you could do once a month, a couple times a month or whatever, right? But those like little ritualistic things have been supportive for me, and it keeps it keeps the cadence going. So I thought I would just share that, because that's something where I've been able to be like, stop. Let me make this a habit.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Lately, I've been just having lazy day Sundays. I mean, I shouldn't call it lazy days, but I have been having rest Sundays.
Soul Sundays.
Yeah, yes, Soul Sundays.
We're labeling it Soul Sundays.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Hopefully you get some rest today.
Yep. We just wanted to do this short episode to remind you to rest, and work on your relationship with rest. And we're going to be resting with you.
See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Espiritu Coffee Chats.
We hope you enjoyed our conversation and found a little inspiration to take with you.
If you loved what you heard, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform.
And stay connected with us on social media for updates, behind-the-scenes content, and more.
Until next time, keep the spirit alive and the coffee brewing. Cheers! Ow, ow, ow!